To matters financial and geopolitical from a frontier. Thank you as always for stopping by. Let's move on to Africa. Back to the future for Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa's false start. So in the meantime, it is back to the future, the persistence of only the illusion that a military state can reform politically and lead the much needed economic recovery and growth. As appears more likely, only mass protests on a national scale might rescue the situation and herald the beginnings of a new era. Or, as remains still remote, the emergence of an enlightened leadership within the establishment itself, courageous enough to cure the coup and return Zimbabwe to constitutional and democratic governance, push for meaningful economic and social reform, and re-engage the international community to rescue Zimbabwe. So far, Mnangagwa has failed to measure up to such a task and expectations. It is most unlikely that he will ever live up to that, although he still has a window of opportunity to redeem himself and the nation. President Ramaphosa tells German and South African delegation there will be no land grabs or grabbing of foreign investments. We're not wired like that. It's like inviting someone to your home and then robbing them. South African oil shares down 14.18% this year. Dollar versus rand. Rand is still firm, anticipating a rate hike, 14.0108. Egyptian pound 17.9213. Nigerian oil share down 15.74% this year. Ghana Stock Exchange up 0.73% this year. It's given up a pretty substantive gain it had earlier in the year. Cashew traders scramble after Tanzanian government intervention. Cashew prices have jumped after John Magufuli ordered the army to buy the country's entire 2018 cashew nut harvest. Tanzania is the 7th largest producer of the nut, but a standoff between farmers and buyers has prompted the president to act. Intervention came at a critical time. Tanzania is one of the few growers that harvests the crop between October and January, the fallow months before the leading growers of Vietnam, India, and Nigeria start exporting in February and March. Prices for processed kernels have jumped 10% to $3.80 per pound since the start of November, amid concerns about Tanzanian exports, according to Free World Trading. Inventories are very, very tight. The bulk of the raw nuts, which have yet to be shelled, are shipped from Tanzania and other African countries to be processed, mainly in Vietnam and India. A falling price for processed kernels after a bumper West African crop has meant that cashew nut buyers importing for the processors have been reluctant to pay high prices. It's extraordinary. My one question is, do they have the storage capacity? Do they have the money, or they're going to pay farmers later? And I think this is overstretching the Tanzanian balance sheet at a time when they're losing a lot of support. Tanzanian exchange bureaus raided on suspicion of money laundering. Soldiers and other security forces took part in Monday's operation in the northern town of Arusha, a tourism and gemstone trading hub, so different bureaus could be inspected at once. There's been an increase in illegal foreign exchange bureaus and money laundering activities that have been conducted through foreign exchange bureaus, said the central bank governor Florence Luoga, adding that it was a vast and powerful network. Tanzanian shilling has been in free fall. Kenyan police say gunmen kidnapped Italian volunteer, wound 5 in attack on coast. On Wednesday, kidnapped an Italian volunteer in the coastal region of Kilifi during an attack in which 5 people were wounded. The first time a foreigner has been abducted in Kenya in several years. The gang abducted an Italian lady aged 23 years who's a volunteer of Africa Milele Onlus, an NGO operating in the area. The wounded, who were all under the age of 25, were taken to hospital, and officers were pursuing the attackers. This was in the town of Chakama on Tuesday evening. The town is west of Malindi, a major tourism destination on the coast. Police did not say if the gunmen were suspect militants from Al-Shabaab. Neither the reasons for the attack nor the identity of the attackers have been established. The town of Chakama, Kilifi County, where the attack occurred, is nearly 300 kilometers southwest of the Kenya-Somalia border. This is not good news, clearly, although it's some way away from the normal tourism resorts, but it's not going to, no one knows distances when it's reported internationally. Kenya Power stock hits a 15-year low. The share price closed at 360. Market cap is 7 billion shillings. EPS is 3 shillings and 72 cents. Earnings per share is 0.968. Kenya shilling is firmer, 102.56. A lot of naysayers out there caught offside. Nairobi all shares down 15.79% year to date. NSE 20 is down 24.67% year to date. And yesterday volumes barely crossed $1.5 million. Kind of sums it up, I'm afraid.